Welcome back everyone. This video is for the students of class 7th, subject English. In this video, we are going to read a lesson number 2, that is Bringing Up Curry, from a book An Alien Hand, and this is my lecture number 2 for this lesson. So let's start a lesson number 2, that is Bringing Up Curry, from our An Alien Hand book. Now let's know about the author. The author of this chapter, or the narrator of this chapter, is Dhan Gopal Mukherjee, who was born on 6 July 1890 in West Bengal, and he died on 14 July 1936. He won John Newbery Medal also. So this chapter talks about Curry the elephant, who was raised and brought up by his keeper, who is the author of the chapter, whose name is Dhan Gopal Mukherjee. So the main characters of the chapter are Curry the elephant and Keeper the narrator. Now, introduction of the chapter is like this. The story is a narrative description of a small elephant. The narrator tells about the growth and habits of the elephant. This makes the reader aware of the routine of an elephant. So, as I told you in my last video, that this chapter is divided in 3 parts. In our last video, we read first and second part, and in this video, we are going to read third part. So, before starting our third part, let's have a look what we read in our last video. Curry, a 5-month-old baby elephant, lives and grows up with his 9-year-old friend and keeper. We read that Curry was a baby elephant who was raised by a 9-year-old friend and keeper. Curry does not eat much, just about 16 kilograms of delicious twigs or small branches of a tree in a day. Playful and sensitive, Curry saves a boy from drowning, and we saw that Curry is a very playful and sensitive elephant, and once he saved a boy from drowning also. Curry becomes fond of ripe bananas. He believes in self-help, much to the discomfort of his friend. With quiet dignity, Curry accepts the cheating. Cheating means scold or blame he knows he deserves. Then what happened? Curry suddenly developed a taste for bananas. He began to steal them from the large plates of fruit which were kept on the table in the dining room of the author's house. Then one day the author discovered that Curry was the thief, and Curry was really scolded very badly, but he was very quiet because he knew that it was his mistake. Now see what happens in the third part of the chapter. Curry is a fast learner. He masters all signals and sounds he is taught. There is one lesson, though, that an elephant takes 5 years to learn. Curry is no exception. So now Curry is a fast learner. In the next part of the lesson, we will read, or we will come to know that how Curry was taught all the signals and sounds by his keeper. Okay, and how he learned all those signals. An elephant must be taught when to sit down, when to walk, when to go fast, and when to go slow. Now, the author is saying that every elephant should be taught that when he is supposed to sit down, when he is supposed to walk, and when he is supposed to go fast, and when he is supposed to go slow. You teach him these things as you teach a child. And he is comparing teaching of a child with the teaching of an elephant, that as we used to teach a small kid, in the same way we have to teach an elephant also. If you say dhat, and pull him by the ear, he will gradually learn to sit down. Now the signal that would make elephant sit was to say dhat and pull him by the ear. Okay. Similarly, if you say Mali and pull his trunk forward, he will gradually learn that it is the signal to walk. Now, what was the signal to walk? To say Mali and pull the trunk of an elephant. So, whenever it was said Mali and the author pulled the trunk forward, he was supposed to walk. Curry learned Mali after 3 lessons. Now, in how many lessons Curry learned Mali, the signal to walk? In 3 lessons. But it took him 3 weeks to learn that. But it took him 3 weeks to learn the signal of sitting down. He was no good at sitting down because it took him so long to learn the signal of sitting down. He was not good at sitting down. Okay. And do you know why an elephant should be taught to sit down? Now, the author is asking all of us a question that why it is important for an elephant to learn how to sit down. Because he grows taller and taller than you who take care of him. Now, the author says that it is very important for an elephant to learn how to sit down because he will always grow taller and taller in comparison to the keeper or to us who used to take care of them. So that when he is 2 or 3 years old, you can only reach his back with a ladder. So that when he is of 2 or 3 years, we can reach his back easily. It is therefore better to teach him to sit down by saying dhat, so that you can climb upon his back, for who would want to carry a ladder around all the time? Now the author says that it is the reason that it is better to teach an elephant how to sit down by saying dhat so that we can climb upon his back easily. Otherwise, who would like to carry ladder all the time to reach his back? The most difficult thing to teach an elephant is the master call. Now the author is telling about the master call. What is it? We will come to know. See, he generally takes 5 years to learn it properly. Now, elephants generally used to take 5 years to learn the master call properly. The master call is a strange hissing, howling sound as if a snake and a tiger were fighting each other, and you have to make that kind of noise in his ear. Now, what is the master call? It is a strange hissing and howling sound as if snake and a tiger are fighting, and we have to make this kind of noise in the elephant's ear. And do you know what you expect an elephant to do when you give him the master call? Now, the author is asking us that what is the reason for which the elephant is given the master call, or what would you expect an elephant to do when you give him a master call? Now, see, if you are lost in the jungle and there is no way out and everything is black except the stars above, you dare not to stay very long anywhere. Now, he's saying that suppose you are stuck in a jungle and there is no way to go out. Everything is black except the stars above your head, and you dare not to stay very long anywhere. Then, what would you do? The only thing to do then is to give the master call, and at once the elephant pulls down the tree in front of him with his trunk. This frightens all the animals away. Now, on getting the master call, what will the elephants do? They will pull down the trees in front of them with their trunk, and this will frighten all the animals in the jungle. As the tree comes crashing down, monkeys wake from their sleep and run from branch to branch. You can see them in the moonlight, and you can almost see the stags. Stags means the male deer running in all directions below. Now, what would happen when an elephant will get a master call? He will start crashing all the trees in his path. When he will start crashing all the trees, monkeys will wake from their sleep and will run from branch to branch. And you can see them in the moonlight. And we will see that the male deer or the stags will run from here and there in all the directions. Okay. You can hear the growl of the tiger in the distance. Even he is frightened, then the elephant pulls down the next tree and the next and the next. Now, when the elephant will get a master call, he will start crashing all the trees one by one. On crashing the trees, the monkeys will be scared, the stags will be scared, and they will be running from here and there. You can also hear the sound of the tiger at a distance, but he would be frightened and scared. Then the elephant pulls down the next tree and the next and the next. But the elephant will not stop and he will keep doing his work, and soon he will make a road right in front of you towards your house. Okay. So this was your chapter, lesson number 2, bringing up curry from an alien handbook. Now, what is the moral do you think you learn from this chapter? See, the moral of the chapter is animals can be as or sometimes even more loving, brave, and sensible than humans. So, this is the moral of our lesson number 2. Okay, that animals can be more loving and brave and sensible than humans sometimes. Now we have completed our lesson number 2, that is bringing up curry from an Indian handbook. Now your homework is you have to learn word meanings and question number 1, 2 and 3 of the same lesson which we are going to discuss in the further video, and you have to do given question answers in rough notebook. Okay. So the remaining question answers are like this. Fourth, why did Curry push his friend into the stream? I repeat, why did Curry push his friend into the stream? Fifth, Curry was like a baby. What are the main points of comparison? I repeat, Curry was like a baby. What are the main points of comparison? Sixth, Curry helped him to all the bananas in the house without anyone noticing it. How did he do it? Curry helped himself to all the bananas in the house without anyone noticing it. How did he do it? Seventh, Curry learnt the commands to sit and to walk. What were the instructions for each command? Eighth, what is the master call? Why is it the most important signal for an elephant to learn? Eighth question, what is the master call? Why is it the most important signal for an elephant to learn? Now, we will discuss homework solution of our lecture number 1 of lesson 2, bringing up curry, in which we are going to discuss word meanings of the chapter and 3 question answers. So, first of all, open your fair notebooks, make a proper format, write down your lesson number 2, bringing up curry, draw margin, and write down the heading word meanings. So the first word is pavilion. Its meaning is a large tent. I repeat, the first word is pavilion. Its meaning is a large tent. The second word is squeal. Its meaning is cry. I repeat, the second word is squeal. Its meaning is cry. The third word is twigs. Its meaning is small branches of a tree. I repeat, small branches of a tree. Fourth word is stumps. Its meaning is bottom part of trees. I repeat, fourth word is stumps. Its meaning is bottom parts of trees. Fifth word is ebony. Its meaning is a hard black wood. I repeat, fifth word is ebony. Its meaning is a hard black wood. The sixth word is hatchet. Its meaning is a small axe. I repeat, sixth word is hatchet. Its meaning is a small axe. Seventh word is mutilated. Its meaning is damaged, or we can say torn. I repeat, seventh word is mutilated. Its meaning is damaged or torn. Eighth word is ponderous. Its meaning is slow and clumsy because of great weight. I repeat, ponderous, meaning slow and clumsy because of great weight. Ninth word is chiding. Its meaning is to blame someone or to scold. I repeat, chiding, to blame someone or to scold. Tenth word is stag. Its meaning is the male of a deer. I repeat, stag, the male of a deer. 11th word is growl. Its meaning is low noise in the throat to show anger. I repeat, growl, low noise in the throat to show anger. Now we will do our question answers. Write down with your black pen heading question answers and then write down your question number 1. These question answers are given on page number 14 of an alien handbook. If you are having your book, it's okay, open it. Otherwise, you can see from your videos also. So the question number 1 is, the enclosure in which Curry lived had a thatched roof that lay on thick tree stumps. Examine the illustration of Curry's pavilion on page number 8 and say why it was built that way. I repeat, the enclosure in which Curry lived had a thatched roof that lay on thick tree stumps. Examine the illustration of Curry's pavilion on page number 8 and say why it was built that way. The answer is, the illustration of Curry's pavilion on page number 8 confirms that the thatched roof rested on 4 thick tree stumps. The pavilion was built in this way so that the elephant could move about freely inside the enclosure. I repeat the answer. The illustration of Curry's pavilion, pavilion means a large tent, on page number 8 confirms that the thatched roof rested on 4 thick tree stumps. The pavilion was built in this way so that the elephant could move about freely inside the enclosure. Now the second question is, did Curry enjoy his morning bath in the river? Give a reason for your answer. I repeat, did Curry enjoy his morning bath in the river? Give a reason for your answer. The answer is yes. Curry enjoyed his morning bath in the river as he lay down on the sandbank and let his friend rub his back and also lay in the river water for a long time. I repeat the answer. Yes, Curry enjoyed his morning bath in the river as he lay down on the sandbank and let his friend rub his back and also lay in the river water for a long time. Now, the third question is finding good twigs for curry took a long time. Why? I repeat the question. Finding good twigs for curry took a long time. Why? What do you mean by twigs? Twigs means small branches of a tree. Okay. So the answer is finding good twigs for curry took a long time because the author had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. In order to cut down the twigs without mutilating them, the hatchet needs to be very sharp, and it would take half an hour to sharpen the hatchet. I repeat the answer. Finding good twigs for curry took a long time because the author had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. In order to cut down the twigs without mutilating them, the hatchet needs to be very sharp and it would take half an hour to sharpen the hatchet. So this was your video of lecture number 2 of lesson 2, bringing up curry from an alien handbook. I hope you liked this video. If you liked this video, then please subscribe our channel.